Hey guys, Richard here, eBike Reviews and Adventures. This is the day after. Maybe that's what I'll title this video, the day after, the aftermath. Woo! What's going on? Hey, something new. Got that all tore up now. Hey, here's an update on my little project I got going out here. So, yeah, I spent like 3 hours the first day digging, and the next day I spent only an hour, got a couple more feet. And then last night I reached a point where it was right about here, and I could not go any further. I hit something, either a rock or a piece of concrete, and I'm stuck. So I jumped over here and said, okay, let's start drilling from this side. And seriously, it took me only about 5 minutes to go from there, almost 4 feet, right here to this spot. And I'm still stuck. So I'm going to go see about getting a tool. It's about 5 feet long, something I can ram in there. Hopefully hammer out that rock or piece of concrete, whatever's there. And then maybe I'll finally get my landscaping project wound up. So here's the aftermath. Yesterday we had an e-trike ride. So we had friends over, 7 people, and we all took a trike and went for a nice ride. It was about 14 miles. Had a good time. Everybody had a blast. Everybody was like new to trikes. They were like, they hadn't really experienced trikes before, and everyone had a really good time. So it was a success. For me, it was about introducing people to trikes, showing them that you don't have to be an older person, you don't have to be a person with disabilities to, use a trike. Anybody can use a trike, right? I mean, it's just how it is. But there's just that mentality out there that, if I'm not broken, I don't need a trike. It's not about needing. It's about a completely different riding experience. So we had a good time, but we had a few problems along the way. So here's the aftermath. First and foremost, this Verbus, they changed the name. And say they sent me an email last night saying, hey, we changed the name of this new product, so update your video, please. Yeah. What'd they change it to? I think it's now called the Trigo Plus or something. Yeah. This one started with, there's a rattle back here and a rubbing noise, but it doesn't appear that the fender is rubbing on the tire, so I can't figure out what's rubbing, so I gotta play with that. But that developed a really nasty just rattle, just constant. It was aggravating. And this is the most serious problem we had. We had some serious problems with this, with the motor. Well, I don't know if it was the motor cutting out. It almost acted like the sensor was cutting out. And I had that problem before on another bike where the sensor would just go out and you get no pedal assist, no throttle. And yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, your sensor works for pedal assist, but I didn't even have throttle either. So we had nothing. So that makes me think more like the controller or the motor. I don't know. My buddy Gary over at Gary's eBike Adventures, he's got this trike. He's having the same problem. So he's having the same problem. I got this trike. I have only rode it, a few miles here in the neighborhood, and it performed fine. Didn't have any issues with it until I got it out on that longer ride yesterday. And at one point, yesterday's heat index was probably close to 100. It was the day before. I didn't check yesterday, but it was probably close to 100 degrees. And we were in long stretches of nothingness where there was no shade. And there was a point where we went ahead and hooked up the tow rope and had, of all trikes, my buddy Ron's Franken trike was in front of me. And I just hooked up a tow rope to him and let him pull me for about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes. And then it started working just fine again. We're doing all kinds of landscaping work over there, so it's noisy. Then it started working fine, so we disconnected the tow rope, and I rode it for, 10 minutes or something, and it started acting up again. Then we stopped for lunch. We were at lunch for about an hour, a little over an hour or so, came out, worked fine for 2 miles to get back here, and just down the street, it went out again. So I did a fair amount of just manually pedaling this thing, which wasn't too bad to do, just pop it down in the lower gear, and it wasn't too difficult or anything, but, in 100-degree heat index weather, sun beating on you in the mid-afternoon, it wasn't the most pleasant riding experience, but something going on with this trike right here. We're going to try to figure it out. My buddy Gary, he's going to dive into it, try to help Verbus figure out their problems. So I'm not too pleased with what's going on there. Let's see what else we got. Look how they're stacked in here. We stacked them in here quickly yesterday, and Amanda's going to have a heart attack when she walks in and sees this. We did not get the 630 out because we were a rider short, so this is the one that was we selected to just stay back. Mrs. Adventures, Mooncool, TK1 over there. So we had problems with that one too. I started riding that one right here from the house, and I didn't get very far, and I started hearing a noise. And, you know, I don't want to say, so I'm going to wait until I can investigate further, but it was a noise I just didn't like, let me tell you that. And it was intermittent. It happened, then it was fine for quite a while, and then it happened again. And we swapped trikes yesterday, so everybody had a chance to ride, you know, 3 or 4 different trikes. Some people swapped even more often than that, but so several people rode this, and they all said the same thing. Yeah, that's got a terrible noise coming from it. So I've got to investigate that to find out what's going on. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but yeah, nonetheless, something we got to look for. Also, we almost lost a mirror. Mrs. Adventure's mirror came super loose, which they do periodically, and you have to just tighten them up. So that was a casualty. Let's see, the rickshaw. The 630 rickshaw was a hit. A lot of people really enjoyed that. Even though we didn't have an extra passenger, we did have Stanley. Stanley was back here for a while. Now Stanley's hugging the steering column up there. But some good feedback on this one. People really enjoyed that. Thought it was a nice ride. It was kind of big, but still liked it. Let's see. The other 2 Mooncools were also well received. And let's see here. I don't think we had a problem with either of these other than that one almost, yeah, I think it's that one that almost ended up in the bushes. Oh, yeah, that was funny. And Amanda said she got that on camera, she thinks. So be looking for the video. Hey, Amanda was with us. She was riding the Sky over there. Oh, my water bottle. I was looking for it. It's still over there. She was riding the Sky, and that way she could zip around us quite quickly, get up the trail ahead of us, and set up cameras and stuff, and did a really good job with that. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that video. I mean, she's got about 4.5 hours of video footage that she has to go through, because we had 3 cameras running, and they ran for about 90 minutes, so, yeah. So she's got a lot of editing to do, so that'll be out in a few days. The electric performed well. There's several people that commented on the electric and said, hey, this is just real nice. We like how it rides. So that was good. Overall, yeah, I mean, a good experience. And, you know, even though that we had a couple of mechanical issues along the way, it seemed like there was something else that happened. Oh, yeah. What was it? Oh, you know what? I think it was the Verbus. We're back to the Verbus again. Something happened. I don't know if somebody picked up the trike and tried moving it, but, oh, look here, right there. That pin came out enough to where this basket loosened up and was rattling really bad, so we had to just readjust the basket and put that pin back down inside there. I think what happened, maybe somebody went to pick it up to shift it and move it, and it popped it loose or something, but that had came loose. What else? What other problems did we have? Didn't have any. Let's see. Didn't have any tire issues. Didn't have any. No other issues. I don't think really. Yeah, but it was so much fun. It was so much fun getting out on trikes and doing a group trike ride. We probably looked pretty silly going down the road. Yeah, but that's just how it goes. Don't worry about what you look like. Just get out there and have fun. Yeah, so anyway, hey, that's it. I just wanted to share with you a little update on the aftermath of what was going on yesterday and the fun we had and a couple of the minor issues that we had, possibly a major issue that we had. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this video, and I got to get busy because I've got other videos to make today. Amanda will be here soon. She's going to help me knock out a couple of videos, and then I have to go to Lowe's, go to our Home Depot or somebody, and find a tool to get in here and bust up that rock that's right there where that little dot is. It's going to be a long day today, guys. See you in another video real soon. Take care.